Right, I'm going to tell you the story now, yeah. And this is all in one night, right? All of it's in one night. It's got major twists and turns and some funny parts and some heavy parts. So here's what happened, right? For like the last 8 weeks, I've been going to the same party on Friday and Saturday night. It was this house. There was loads of birds, loads of lads. Didn't know any of them at first, you know what I mean? Just ends up getting tangled up and whatever. So everyone just ends up being proper sound. It was different to what I was used to. Do you know what I mean? It was like just dead, like no one was asked, no one had do you know what I mean? There was no one. It was just sound. You could just chill and, do you know what I mean? You didn't have to watch out or who's gonna come or nothing like that. So I had a bird mate and she lived around that area. So after I'd been going to the party for like 2 or 3 weeks, I spoke to her about it and she's like, oh yeah, I know them, they're all proper sound. And I said, I know, yeah. She went, but watch out for such and such and name this kid. Now when she named this kid, I'd heard his name flying about in them parties as well. So I was thinking, wow, what? So no one had say nothing, you know what I mean? I was like, why who's he? They're like, oh no, sound, all that. And then this is like the eighth week had been going there. So I get in there and all that, and someone mentioned this kid, and I said, who is he? And this bird said to me, well, to be fair, I hope you never meet him. I went, why? She went, because I don't know. She went, I just feel like it'll go off. I said, that's a weird thing to say. She's like, nah, I know you and I know him, and you'll just clash, it'll be weird. So I'm like, I said, nah. I said, listen, nah. I said, you can't say that. She's like, no, he's horrible. He's like, he's proper hard, he's one of the lads around here, he's this, he's that, he's done this, he's done that, and I'm just like, stories are stories, or we just take them with a pinch of salt off like people. So the night goes on, so it gets to about 2 o'clock in the morning, and the party's sound, everyone's happy, it's buzzing, everyone's proper happy, and next thing the door goes. So where I'm sitting on like a little, I don't even know what to call it, like a little stool, like a little puffy thing or something like that. So like where you have like a couch, a 3-piece suite, and then you've got like another 2-suite and then a chair, and then the little square thing. Well, I'm sitting not by the door, but by the second door, because there's a main door, there's another door, so I'm sort of half sitting by there, just in my own little world, talking, just gabbing away, doing whatever, having a stripe and all that. So this bird jumps up and looks out the window, moves the blinds, and just goes white. And I mean the colour of boiled shite. So I looked and said, what's with you? She's like, it's him, it's such and such. The whole gaff has just gone white. And I'm like, no way. So I'm thinking, and I'm only on my own. I'm not on my own, I'm with them, but I'm only on my own, do you know what I mean? I haven't got none of my mates or nothing like that. These aren't like, I'm on my own, do you know what I mean? I'm on my own. If it goes off, I'm on my own. So I'm thinking, So the door opens, this kid walks in, there's about 6 of them, and you should have seen the fucking size of the kid. He was about 6'6", about 25 stone, just looked like somebody didn't want to meet in a dark entry at night. You know, just one of them types, he's like, all Mars bars all over him, that just like been through war. You could just tell he was like an Andy lad, he's just been through war and all that. So he walks in and looks at me, so I just not stares at him, but he's not staring at me. We're just looking at each other, know what I mean? So he goes to me, what's happening? I said, what's happening, lads? He's like, you alright? I said, yeah. So we ends up like being half sound instantly, do you know, like instantly. We just got on each other's vibe, do you know what I mean? He was like, yeah. He's like, where are you from, all that shit, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it sounds. He's like, do you want to stripe? I said, yeah, I'll let him over here. So the lads who he's with, they didn't suit being with him. Does that make sense? They didn't suit like being in his firm. So I was just on it. I said to him, who are these? Are these your mates? He went, no. We went, lads, you're messing on you. He went, these are only Muppets, lads. I said, why are you all standing there like that, lad? Like they're on high wing and rolling, just like waiting for it to jump off, lad. And he's like, lad, because they're Muppets. He said, lad, you give them a line, they just lose their head. I said, what are you doing with them? And he said, lad, it's just, I don't know. He said, just, you know, lads. I said, sweet. So everyone at the party is just like, wow, no way. As if to say, wow, these two are like, so we're proper sound, right? And I mean proper sound. Just hit it off straight away. So I was telling him, he said, do you know anyone around here? I said, yeah. I said, I know such and such. He's like, lad, he's my cousin. I said, is he your cousin? Yeah. He's like, I was like, no fucking way. He said, yeah, I'll phone him now. So what he was doing is, he was trying to test to see if I was chatting shit or not. But I don't chat shit like that. So he's phoned his cousin, and his cousin's like, I didn't know at the time. I knew he was Andy lad as well, but I didn't know like how Andy was round that area. You know, like the way you have like little areas, and then people have got areas on lockers, but you know what I mean? But if they move into other areas, they haven't. Do you know what I mean? So around that area, these kids had it on lockers. So he phoned his mate, and he's been like, I'm with one of your mates, and he went to, I said, what's happening, lad? And he's just been like, no fucking way, lads, what's happening? What are you doing with him? You know, just straight away. I'm like, no. He's like, lads, what the fuck? Where are you? Told me, he's like, lads, we'll be down soon. I'm like, go ahead then. So this party's just gone white because now more of his proper mates are coming. And these are like the heavy kids from round there, do you know what I mean? But I already knew him, so we were just sound anyway. So he's come, and I've noticed he was with another lad who was well. I'm like, no way, what's that? He's like, fucking hell, what are you doing around here? So straight away, I'm signed with the main lad, the one who's coming to the party, and then one of his mates already. So it's just sweet. I know it's sweet. It's proper sound. They know me. They know me mate. They know it's just sound. It's not nothing's gonna happen like that. So they're like, no way. He said, do you still speak to them? Meaning my girl mate from up there. I said, yeah. He said, no way. He's like, fucking mad seeing you. I said, I know. He went, lad, yeah, do you want to bail from here? And I'm like, yeah, come on then, because everyone's gone white. The party's like being killed off. No one's talking. It's just like, you know what I mean? But it's just, they're just all like proper para. And I'm like, come here then. So I phoned my girl mate. I said, so what are you doing? She went, why? I said, because I'm with such and such. She went, ah. I went, what? She went, ah, now have you just ended up with him? She went, I fucking knew if you bumped into him, you'd end up being mates with him. I went, why? She's like, because he's just like you. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's funny, that. So she worked early in the morning, so she was in work in the morning, but I had a relationship with her where she was like me proper best girl mate, you know what I mean? So I'm like, let me come and sit in yours when you go to work, because I'm off my barney and I'm miles away from her, obviously, do you know what I mean? So she's like, sound. She went, who are you going to be with? I said, I don't know. I said, maybe one or two of these. She went, sound. She went, alright, sound. She went, I know no one will do nothing because you're there. I'm like, no one will do nothing anyway. I said, you're fucking mad. I know I'm going to wreck your house. So she went, alright, sound. So we go to this other gaff, and when we go, it was like these high-rise flat sort of thing, do you know what I mean? So when we goes in there, this is before then, we goes up on the way, like it's like in the middle of where we was to where we were going, do you know what I mean? So we had a few hours to kill anyway. So we goes into this other gaff, right, walks in, and the party's just gone white. And I'm like, lads, so I'm watching these, I've took a step back now, just watching what these are like in their own area and all that. And I'm thinking, these are like, a bit like, not bullies, but intimidated. They're intimidating them. So I said to him, lad, why are you all just like that? Because I'm like, I'm just from me, I'm just straight up, do you know what I mean? I'll just like say what I think. No, I'm not going to be cheeky to you, I'm not going to disrespect no one like that, but I'll just say what I think. So I'm like, lad, why are you terrorising all like all mingies and that? And he's like, oh lad, I know. I said, lad, it's weird. I said, lad, every place I'm going with is, everyone's just going white, lad. It's not even worth being here, do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's killing the vibe. The party's just getting killed. So they're like, alright, so we've killed a few hours, whatever. And we've gone to my bird mate, yeah? So she's left the key round the side and gone to work. Now this is must be about 7 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So everyone's off the barney. So I said to me, have you got a limo left? He's like, no. I said, sound. He said, the viewer said, no. I said, I've got about this left. It's not going to last long. He said, can you get some from round here? He went, yeah. I said, sound. I said, yeah, there's a clear. He said, I don't need tow. I'm like, what do you mean you don't need tow? He said, oh lad, I don't need tow, it's sound, what's this? So you've got to remember, I'm in this bird's house, yeah? I'm in my bird mate's house. So he's phoning this kid, and this kid's coming like this little snide Jeep sort of thing, yeah? So he said to me, yeah, come with me lad. He went, and you just jump in the back with me. I said, what are you going to do, roll him? He's like, no. He said, yeah, but no, I'm not going to like roll him, but watch this. I said, sound. He said, lad, can I go in the fridge? I'm like, what are you on about, lad? So he said, lad, can I just go in your fridge a minute? I went, yeah. So he goes in the fridge and he gets a Mars bar out the fridge, all like them little multi-pack Mars bars he was looking for. So I'm just thinking, how's he hungry? I'm not on what's going on. I'm just thinking, what's he on about? So next thing we goes outside, this kid's outside, we jumps in the back of the car, right? I swear to God, get at this. The kid's like, what's happening? He goes, don't what's happening, lad. Pulls the Mars bar out of his pocket and puts it to the back of the lad's head who's driving the Jeep, and says to him, lad, just give me everything you've got now and your car. So I'm just like, I'm thinking, the lad's gonna like start laughing, and the lad has just emptied his pockets and took his keys out the car, give him the keys and give him the limo, and walks away. So I'm like, lad, this is such and such's house, lad. He's like, I know none will come back, it's proper sound. I'm like, lad, what are you on about? I said, you can't. He's like, lad, they're only muppets. He's like, they won't even say boo. So I said, all right, sound. Just thinking, that's messed up. That's funny, but it's messed up. So next thing his phone goes, and it's whoever the kid was asking for. He's like, hello, mate, you all right? And he's like, what do you want, lad? And he went, any chance we can buy the car back off you, lad? I'm just like, no way, how did that shook? I'm like, what are you on? He went, yeah. And he's like, all right, sound, mate, sound. And I'm just thinking, what's just happened there? So we've drilled all them on now, He phones the kid up and says, yeah, come get your car back. The kid comes round and gives him £5 for the car back. And I'm like, lads, what the fuck's just happened there? So now this bird's due home, like, any minute. It's about 12:30 in the afternoon, right? And the party's dropped off. The lads who I initially knew, the new lads who come into the party, phoned, he's bailed. The lads are bailed. So it ends up just being me and this lad now, me and the lad from the party who's coming to the party. Everyone's bailed. So just me and him. So I'm like, yeah, we need to get out of here. He went, where can we go? He said, yeah, come to mine, lads. He's like, where are you? So told me, he's like, I said, what? He's like, I said, have you got beef around there? But he was hesitant. He didn't want to say nothing, do you know what I mean? He just in case, like, it's someone who I know and whatever. So I said, yeah, listen, lad. I said, swerve all that. I said, fuck who's who and what's going on all that. I said, just swerve all that. I said, let's just go and have a laugh. He's like, go ahead then. So comes to mine, gets to mine. He's like, lad, is this your gaff? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, fucking hell, lad. He's like, lad. I'm like, well, lad. I said, just gibber. I said, it comes with fucking bills, lad. I said, it's not all fucking roses, lad. I said, you got to pay for it, lad. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, I know, lad. He's like, lad, it's a belt. And I'm like, I know. I said, lad, just, do you want a stripe? So I had lemo anyway in the house. Like, do you know what I mean? So I just threw the fattest stripe out ever. He's just like, lad. I'm like, get that down here, lad. So it's going on. And then my phone started to blow up now off my mates, you know what I mean? Like, where are you? I'm like, what? So it's me mate. I spoke to him on one of the stories set up by me mate. This is the lad who I'm on about, right? And he's like a proper party head. So he phones me up, he's off his barnet, right? But we're all off our barnet, you know what I mean? It's must have been about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now, so you've got to remember it's still going on. So he's like, lad, do you want to get to mine? I went, what do you mean? He went, lad, you need to lend me? I said, yeah, what do you need? He's like, lad, about 1.5. I said, go on, son. I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm in a party. I said, where? He went in mine. He said, he went, lad, me best girl, mate. I'm like, what are you on about, you soft cunt? Known him my whole life. I'm like, what are you on about? Who's your best girl, mate? He's like, such and such. I said, lad, I've never heard of it. Once in my life, it's the first time I've ever mentioned it. She's your best girl, mate, and he's just laughing his head off. He said, lad, how long have you been? He said, lad, I want to get a shower and get changed because I've been out all night. He's like, go ahead. So I said to this kid, I said, yeah, do you want to get a shower and that? He's like, nah, I'm sound. I said, I'm going to bail soon anyway. I said, go on. So I've just put a big fucking tablespoon of lemo on the table for him. Says, I'll be back in a minute. So goes upstairs, gets a shower, gets changed, all freshens up, and that comes back down, phones a taxi. He says, where are we going? I said, to see me mate, lad. He's like, who is he, lad? I said, he's sound, lad. He's like, all right, sound. So we walked into my mate's flat, right? And I swear to God, he told me he's gonna be in a party all night. Walks in the flat. Yeah, he opens the door and he's like, what's happening? I said, what are you doing? I said, who's in here? He went, just me and that bird. I said, are you banging? He's like, nah, she's my best girl, mate. I said, lad, you're weird, you. So I walks up the stairs and that goes in, walks in, and there's just some bird just sitting there. Just sitting there. I'm like, I've never seen it in my life. She's like, what's happening? I'm his best girl, mate. I'm like, wow, what are you on about? I said, it's weird how you both keep saying that. I said, I've never heard it in my life. And the lad in with says to her, I'm not being funny on, but I can smell your feet through your trainees. And I've just burst out laughing. My mate's burst out laughing. The bird's just gone proper red. I was like, oh, lad, what are you on about? So I says to my mate, I said, yeah, there's some old lad. He's like, lad, I said, I don't even want it back. I said, just keep it, lad. I said, so what are you partying with? So I was looking around and he went, what? I said, where's the bevies? And like, what have you got? There was one can of skull, right? Skull as well. One can of skull on the table. I was like, lad, you've been sharing a can of skull with her all night, chatting proper shit. And he's just like, oh, lad, what are you on about? I'm like, what are you on about, lad? So he's like, are you staying? I'm like, I'm not staying here, lad. I said, do you want to get with us? He's like, what about it? I said, just leave her here, lad. I said, just get with us and then whatever. He's like, yeah, all right, sounds. So what's happening now is the lads who I'm with and me mate, they're starting to like, they don't like each other straight away, do you know what I mean? mean? They don't like each other straight away. They like sort of have like, you know, little comments and I'm just thinking, this is shit, this. So I said, listen, I said, you need to chill, you know. I said, what the fuck are you on about? So it ends up going like where they hate each other, but they don't really want to say nothing like that because I wouldn't have that. So I mean, obviously he's my best mate, he's new on the scene. I don't really want to, it doesn't need to be like that. So I'm like, listen, so I pulled him to the side. I'm like, listen, lad, just what are you on about? I said, these sergeant always like, nah, lad, I don't like him, lad. I'm like, well, lad, you don't even know him. I said, he's like, lad. I said, he's only having a laugh, lad. So I pulled the other one. I'm like, listen, lad, he's proper sergeant, all that. And as I'm doing that, my phone goes, and it's one of this lads who I know. So he's like, lad, what are you up to? I said, what are you up to? He said, lad, we're having a party. I said, where? So he tells me. I said, who's there? He's like, no one you'd be asked about. He said, Sound. So he didn't ask me who I was with. Do you know what I mean? Now that's important. I says, come here, we're going to this party. So we get a taxi from his flat. We go to this party, yeah. So we goes up the stairs and all that. As we knocks on the door, this lad opens the door. And I don't know the lad who's opened the door. And he's like, what's happening, mate? I said, what's happening? So I'm thinking none of it. And the lad who's flat with him, me good mate, he says to me, lad, he went through my Mars Ken. I went, what? He went, lad, he went through my Mars Ken. I said, shut up, you tit. He went, lad, he did. He said, he went through my Mars Ken. I'm like, are you fucking messing? He went, no. So I said, yeah. I said, all right. So the big lad, he's just like, yeah, well, we'll just drill them, we'll do them all. So I'm like, I said, let's see how this pans out. Let's use it in first. So he walks in, the gaff's framed up, do you know what I mean? But it's like no one you're asked about, do you know what I mean? So we go in the living room and that. So I said, what's your name, lad? And all that. So we're in this flat, and the flat's got like, it's like a 6-story flat, you know what I mean? The security guard's at the bottom of the flat as well. Fucking turning the nukes, do you know what I mean? The security guard's at the bottom of the flat. So as we goes in, I'm sitting in the living room. So I said, what's your name, lad? He's like, well, I said, yeah. So as the kid, he says, yeah, do you want a beverage? I said, yeah. So I've got a bottle. So as the kid goes round and turns around, I've just lashed the bottle. And you know, like, remember them doors where you've got like the old council doors where there's a door and there's a glass pane above it? So I've just shattered that with a bottle like that. And I'm thinking, it's on anyway. You've been through your Mars Ken. I'm gonna fucking absolutely waste it. I'm just gonna waste it, lad. So he's like, what's happening? What's happening? And I said, oh, watch out. I said, there's some kid running around there, lads, with red hair, just calls him. He's like, where? He knew quite well it fucking wasn't. So he's then like trying to keep front, looking round for this kid who's non-existent. So I'm like, sound. So I'm like, yeah, pass the bevy there. So we make pass me bevy. So I've just opened them, just pouring them all over the couch, spraying it all over the Ken, just doing it like that. And my mate goes to me, what, should we just throw the telly out the window? Like, so, and the telly just goes right through the window, 6 floors up, boom, it's the floor, the kid's head's gone, the party's scattered and all that, and there's this bird in it, and this bird's like proper cheeky and all that. So I said, listen, I said, shut your mouth, you. I said, you little fucking ratty little farmyard dog. I said, shut your mouth. And she's like, what, I'll get this and that. I said, yeah, go and get them. I said, get on the phone and get them. So she phones this lad or something, the lad's proper brave on the phone, and I mean proper brave, like fucking brave ass, right? So these kids turn up, yeah. As soon as the kids turn up, we just goes downstairs. I'm like, what's happening, lad? And he's just been like, nothing, lads, what's happening? He said, nah, nothing. Who's causing murder? I said, me, lad. He said, what? I said, me, lad. I said, I'm causing murder, lad. I said, what do you want to do about it, lad? I said, she's just been telling me you're going to do all this and that, you're going to do this and that. I said, so what are you going to do? He's like, nah, it's not even like that, lad. He said, it's not like that. He said, it's nothing to do with us, mate. I'm just like, oh, lad, you're a fuck. So they've been like, well, what can we do then? I said, here's what we can do. I said, my mate wants him a straightener, 1-on-1 straightener, get him down. He's gone through his Mars out. The kid's got up, brought the kids down. The kid's saying, he never even had a chance. My mates just put him right out. And I mean, put him right out. The kid was a kid before his head hit the floor. So these 2 security guards, remember I said before, the 2 security guards, fucking turning out. They've come running over. So we've just been like, what, lads? And he's like, is everything alright? There's a kid neck on the floor. Obviously it's not alright. I'm like, yeah, nothing to see you, lad. I said, yeah, I said, just go back to you, do what you're doing, lad. They're like, oh, alright, mate, just make sure everyone's alright. I'm like, yeah, everyone's sound, lad. There's just some kid on the floor. They don't want nothing to do with it. We need to go because they're just going to start phoning the plot anyway. So he's like, alright, sound. So then next thing, the bird whose house we were in originally has phoned me up and been like, are you around here now? I said, why? She went, come back to mine a minute. I went, what for? She went, I need you to do me a favour. And I'm like, you're alright? She's like, not really, no. So I'm like, alright, sound. So I said to these, yeah, come here, we need to go, boom. Gets down there. And it must have been about, honest to God, it must have been about 5, 6 o'clock in the night by now, do you know what I mean? Everyone's been out all night. So we go goes down there, and this bird says to me, wait there, let me just put my trainees on. So this bird, she can fight. She's a proper heavy kid for a bird. She's like a proper fighter. People are parrot of her in her area and all that, you know what I mean? So I'm saying to her, what's up? She went, I don't want you to do nothing. And she's saying to the lad who I'm with, you know, the lad who we met at the party, what's happening? He's like, what's happening? You know what I mean? Like, they're already on each other, they know each other and all that. She see me other mate she's like, what's happening, lad? He's like, what's happening? So there's 3 of us and this bird. So as we're standing on the step, she went, just wait there, I'll be out now. So she's just lashed her hair in a pony, put her trainees on and all that. I'm thinking, what's happening here? She said, I'm going to waste someone. So I said, all right, Sam. So I'm thinking it's like some bird. As we comes out the house, we goes round the corner. There's this firm of lads standing there, but they're only young. They're only young, do you know what I mean? Not young, but young. We're not going to blather them, obviously, do you know what I mean? Unless it's something proper like heavy or nonsense, do you know what I mean? So she went to me, nah, don't do that. She went, I just want you there so no one else does it. She just walks over this lad and just fucking batters him. And I mean, fucking batters him. All his mates are just looking at us. I just started laughing, said, lad. So they've started laughing because they don't know how to do it, obviously, because they just get wasted. So they're, and I went, what's happening there? And he said, oh, lads, she was walking somewhere this morning, and he'd been like shouting things at her or whatever, I don't know. He'd been like trying to be cheeky and all that. So she's just been like, yeah, Sam, what's this then? And then that's what happened there. So time to go, do you know what I mean? It's time to go, leave her to it. She's just normal, do you know what I mean? So she's wasted him. She's all like, nice one. So I said, what happened with your date anyway? Because I knew she was going on a date. She went, lad. She went, here's what happened. She went, I went for a scram with this lad. Everything was sad that. She went, and then we were just talking that. And she went, and I mentioned you. I said, me? I said, why? She went, that's just the area where he was from. I said, was he from by us? She went, not far, yeah. I said, sound. She said, who is he? So she's named her. I said, I don't even know who that is. I've never heard of him. She went, well, he knows you. I said, how do you know me? She went, I don't know. She went, as soon as I mentioned you, he just went cold on me. She went, as soon as we had the scran, he just bailed. And that was it. She said, never heard nothing of him since. I was just like, oh, fucking hell, that's a bit heavy, innit? Do you know what I mean? So I've said to these, yeah, come on, let's go. So the initial lad from the party who had just met, he's like, lad, I'm going to shout and all that. I'm like, come out, where do you live? He's like, round there, not far. And I was like, come out, then we get the taxis there. So we're sitting in his and he's got all changed and that. And then in the meantime, I'm just on the phone seeing where everyone is, what's going on. And one of my mates is like, lads, I've just got a new van there. I'll come and get you. You know what I mean? Because we're just jumping in taxis everywhere. And I'm like, go ahead, son. So he comes and gets in the van. He is off his barnet. And I mean off his barnet, driving this van. And I'm like, lads, what are you on about? He's like, what? I'm like, lad, you bang on. He said, come ahead. So we go to one of his mates. So we're all chilling there having a stipe and all that. And then the time's just gone. It's just like boom, boom, boom. So it ends up being about 11 o'clock in the night. This is still 1 outing, do you know what I mean? I've been out there for like 2 days, something like that now. So we're in this van. So we goes and picks the lad who's got the van, his mate up. And there just ends up being about 8 of us. Honest to God, there's just about 8 of us. But I'm starting to like, I'm starving now. I'm like, everything's wore off. I've still got lemon on it, but it's at the point where it's not doing nothing no more, do you know what I mean? It's just been going on that long. I'm thinking, I'm starving here. So he says to me, yeah, go to this pizza gaff, lad. So he's like, go ahead. So we go to this pizza gaff. So we've got like 6 lads in the back of the van. And we've got me in the front and this kid driving in the front. So I get to pizza. And as it comes back, as we're driving down this main road, this plod just comes right next to us and just looks at us like that. So I'm trying to blend it, eating a pizza and that. And he must have just thought as if. So they've ragged us, right? So as they've ragged us, my mate's off his barnet still bevied and all that, driving. And he said to me, do us a favour, lad. And what he went, pass that insurance certificate to the busy one which comes to the window. I said, where is it? He went, in the glovey. I said, go ahead. I've looked in the glovey. I'm not even joking, right? I said, lad, have you fucking drawed this yourself? He's like, what? It looked like a kid had just drawn it himself in school. I'm like, lad, I'm not passing it. I said, it's got fucking crayons on it. And he's going, nah, it'll blend. I'm like, lad, that's not blending there. So the birds come. So I said, yeah, there's the insurance, mate. She's just burst out laughing. Said, what are you on about? So then more pods have been called. So busy opens the back of the van, looks in the van, and just goes, cockle pickers. And just like, no way, that's proper scatty. So it ends up, the lad who's been in the party with me, who were messing with the first party, he's been nicked on a warrant. Yeah, the lad who's driving, he's been nicked for drink driving. Yeah, so we've all just been legged out the van now. So the rest of us, so I'm saying to me, lads, we need to bail here, we need to bail here. And then I said, yeah, I'll come back to mine. I said, then we'll just get to mine, yeah. So there's a few of us, we've all got to mine now. And then it started to be like people are phoning me, like, what's happening? So one of my other mates phoned me and he's like, lads, where are you? And I said, who is? He says, blah, blah, blah. He's like, Shine says, I'll be down now. I'm with me mate, but don't say nothing to him. I'm like, what? And he's just laughing down the phone. He went, lads, I'll tell you when I get there. He said, just don't say nothing to him. I'm like, thinking, what's happening here? So my mate turns up with this kid, and it's just a mismatch. Like, I know my mate, and I'm like, lad, what are you doing with him? And he goes to me, lad, he's got loads of lemon, he's got like a nugget of lemon on him. And I'm like, yeah. He said, nah, he's sound. He went, come in, lad. Or I was just thinking, oh, what's happening here? What's happening here? So he says to me, lad, can I go to your toilet? I'm like, come on, lad. He said, the downstairs one. I said, go on. I said, I said, lad, just go to the toilet. So he comes back out the toilet and he goes to me, lad, go in the toilet, and under the bog roll, there's like a thing there. And I'm like, lad, what are you on about? He's like, lad, just go ahead. So I've gone in, looked, there was about a quarter of lemon in there, but he's just, I don't know whether he's took it off and whatever. So I've got it like that. So he comes back out and he goes to me, he wants to buy lemon. I'm like, what? The lad who, and he went, have you got a quarter for him there? And I'm like, yeah. He says, yeah, lad, he's got a quarter for you there. I don't know what the fuck happened there, but he ends up giving him dough, and then I've given him his lemo back, yeah? So the lad just come in and bought his own lemo, right, back. I'm like, this is crazy. And the lad saying to me, lad, do you want some lemo? I'm like, I've got some, lad. I said, do you want some of this, or whatever? And I'm thinking, lad, that's our last, that. And so I'm like, lad, I'm not down with, I'm not into this, you know, lad. I said, lad, I'm not into it, lad. I said, this is just proper heavy, lad. It's proper bullying, lad. And he goes to me, shut up, you tit. I'm like, lad, it is. I said, lad, if you're going to take it off him. I said, but the way you're going about it, lad, I don't like what you're doing, lad. I said, I'm not really into it, lad, do you know what I mean? I said, you know, and he's like, all right, sound. So I said, I'm going to go upstairs, because I thought I'm going to get another shower, me. I've been out, just whatever. Comes downstairs and the lad's gone. So I said to him, where's your mate gone? He went, lad, I told him that you were fuming with him and you're going to waste him. So he just ends up getting off. I said, fuck, I said, oh, lad, I said, probably best for him. He went, but I've got all his lemo. I said, lad, what are you on about? So then after all that, right, the next thing, my phone goes, and it's this lad, and this lad's like a bit of a heavy kid. And he starts barking down the phone at me, lad, your mate's done this, you remember? I said to him, lad, who the fuck are you talking to like that, lad? I said, slow your roll and tell me what's happened. Just fucking phone me like that. He's like, oh, lad, I know. Sorry, lad. He said, your mate bumped me. I said, who? He said, such and such. I said, oh, you fucking messing, aren't you? He said, no, lad. He said, lad, he bumped me for £5. I'm like, I said, you're messing, aren't you, lad? I said, how's he bumped you? I said, what's he done? He said, lad, he's just sniffed it all over, whatever. Now, this is serious now, do you know what I mean? Because I bent this kid onto this firm when I didn't want to anyway, but I just did, do you know what I mean? Because I said to him as well, lad, if you fuck up, they'll blather you. He's like, lad, sound, and he's only like, you know what I mean? He's just a normal lad. He's just massively out of his depth. So the kid who's on the phone to me, he's like, he's heavy, and a few of his mates are heavy, but I'm not having someone phone you up speaking to you like that straight away without even telling your wife. So I'm like, lad, slow your roll with you fucking talking to and all that. So then the lads around me, I'm like, who's that? And I'm like, oh, lad, shut up, everyone, just shut the fuck up now before it just ends up going off proper heavy. So he said, lad, are you in yours? I said, yeah. He said, I'm coming to yours. I said, are you coming to mine, but lad? He's like, oh, lad. I said, lad, don't start turning up at mine like as if you're looking at it, lad. I said, because I swear to you, lad. I said, it'll be the last place you fucking go, lad. And he's like, what are you being like that for? I'm like, lad, because you're phoning me up speaking to me like that. As if like, what, lad? Do you know what I mean? And he's like, nah, I swear, lad, I swear it. I said, go on. I said, get to mine now. So he's come to mine. So we've ended up going in the back and all that. And he's told me what's happened, and I'm like, all right. I said, so what are you going to do? He said, lad, he's getting it, you know. I said, sound. I said, okay. I said, lad, don't stab him up and don't like proper hurt him. He's like, lad, I swear. I said, lad, just stop barking at me like that, lad. I said, I can't be arsed listening to you, lad. I said, I've been out for fucking days, lad. I said, you just come in here, you just all blah, blah. I'm all fuzzy and hazy, and I don't know what you're trying to do, lad. I don't know whether you're trying to dominate me, because you won't dominate me, because I'll fucking punch your face right in, lad. And he's like, nah, lad, I'm not falling out with you. I'm like, lad, well, you're going the wrong way about it. Do you know what I mean? I said, what's got nothing to do with me, lad? I said, you've had him on the graphic. You haven't been watching him, so you've been letting all these like 3s, 4s, 5 tons grand, you've been letting it slide, and then when you finally come round to counting up, lad, he's down £5. I said, you made out to me like he's just robbed £5 off you, lad. I said, he's been sniffing it over time, but that's your fault for not watching him. He's a fucking lemo head, lad. I told you he was a lemo head, lad. What are you on about? He's like, I know, lad. He's like, lad, sorry about that. He's like, just all over me, and then I'm like, lad, it's alright. I said, I get it. I said, but you know, next time, lad. I said, fucking have a bit of respect, lad. He's like, I know, lad. He's going, lad, I love you and all that, whatever. I'm like, lad, you know, back at you, bro. I said, but I'd never phone you up and speak to you like that initially, lad. And he's like, I know. He's like, mate, I know, I'm sorry about that, lad. I'm sorry about that. I said, go on, sound. He's like, lad, I'm going to get him now. And I'm like, listen, I said, just sleep on it and wait till tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, the party's over now. I'm like, oh, everyone needs to go. So I'm like, listen, everyone needs to go, you know. So like, what? I'm like, lad, it's over. They're like, go on, sound. So I said to me mate, I said, come back in about an hour. I said, let me get rid of all these. Come back and we'll talk about it, yeah. So the gas quieting down. Everyone's gone. I'm just on my own now. And my phone's ringing. And it's the lad lad who's bumped him. So I'm like, lad, what the fuck are you on about, lad? And he's going, lad, I know. I said, what? He went, lad, they're going to kill me. I said, lad, they probably will, lad. He said, can you lend me any dough? I said, no. I said, I'm not lending you dough. I said, if I lend you that dough and squash that bill for you. I said, then what, lad? I'm chasing you round for like a fucking muppet, lad. I said, I've already spoken, you've already been to mine. He said, what are you going to say? I'm like, lad, they're fuming with you, lad. I said, where are you? He went to me mines. I'm like, lad, I'd get out of me mines if I was you. Next thing, you've just heard all commotion and all that, yeah. And I've just been like, no way. So what's happened is, they've gone from mine to his mines. Do you get what I mean? So they've ended up grabbing him. They've grabbed him and they've took him. So I'm like, fuck. So the phone's gone down. So I'm phoning him. No one's answering the phones me, and I'm just thinking, no way, he's proper getting at him. And then I've just ended up going to bed. I was fucked, mate. I've been up all night just thinking, whatever happens, it's not my fault, you know what I mean? Next morning, the lad who they've grabbed comes to mind. You should have seen the state of him, mate. You should have seen, honest to God, you should have seen the state of him. Fucking absolutely give it to him bad. Ends up throwing him out the car, doing 40 miles an hour with a Mackey's bag sellotape round his head with holes in it in the neck. Oh, lad, what are you doing?